Asbury Park is a lot different looking now than it was back when I was a kid growing up here. As you see the streets, not much traffic around. The casino, the convention hall, all these places, it's real quiet, not much going on. When I was a kid growing up here, you couldn't find a parking spot.
The palace had the only Ferris wheel in town, way up in the sky, all lit up, and it really went up pretty high. I'm not sure how many feet. It must have been 100 and something feet up in the air. Right next to it was a little smaller a ride called the Rocco plane, which everybody was kind of afraid of. In fact, I took my wife up there one time, got her stuck upside down in it. The girls get all scared, so you get, to hug them a lot. So, of course, I love that. The Carousel, which is no longer there, used to be one of the biggest attractions for everybody. I remember as a kid, there was particular ones that I wanted. The black one was a great one. I went up and down. The looks were just so beautiful. It's a shame to see them gone now. You look now, you see an empty, vacant spot there, which is it's hard to even talk about because it's gone forever. In the casino was an ice skating rink. They did in the wintertime. They used to flood the area where they'd have concerts and whatnot in the summertime, and in the winter they'd fill with ice and have an ice skating ring out there. And also they had a lot of games, and one thing that was real big with the guys was pinball machines. Everybody was back then a pinball wizard. Everybody wanted to play a pinball game for a nickel back then, or 5 games for a quarter. We used to pop and win games and play. We could stay there all day playing games. Well, we used to walk down the boardwalk in Asbury Park. There was a smell in the air of the boardwalk food, like French fries and hot dogs and hamburgers and popcorn, cotton candy, apples on a stick, and of course the famous saltwater taffy. If you've never been to Asbury Park, might never have tasted the great saltwater taffy, which is so good. The little kiddie rides, my whole family used to work down there. My father worked there, all my brothers, from my oldest, my brother Steve. He got a job there, and then the next year my other brother Phil got one. The next year I got one, the next year my brother Dave got one, the year after that my brother Tom got one. The only one that didn't work there was my sister Mary. Because people would all bring their little kids down and want to ride on the rides, and we'd have to pick them up and put them on the rides. And there's one little ride that was real good. It's a little train ride, which actually was a little motor-operated train. It took the kids around the park. And they go around twice, and all the kids would love it, and thought it was great. Everybody in the summer came down from all over. Had summer homes there. We had a lot of summer friends that just came down every season for the summer. We became real good friends and hung out together. Had a real good time. Everybody couldn't wait to get out of school because of the great summers that we used to have in Asbury Park. We couldn't wait to get out and all, really raise a lot of hell in the summertime.
We used to call this area around Kingsley Avenue and Ocean Avenue the circuit. And it used to be jam-packed with cars, a lot of teenagers and hot rods and whatnot. We'd line up next to each other, side by side, and race from one block to the next.
The Albion Hotel had a club underneath it called the Rainbow Room. And I remember seeing a real hot show down there at the time. Joey D and the Starlighters did a great concert there. They had a hit called the Peppermint Twist. They had miniature golf. Back when I was a kid, I didn't play it too much because I thought golf was for old people. But now, I guess I am old now. I play it all the time, maybe 2 or 3 times a week now. You tend to forget about these things as one thing diminishes, one thing goes away at a time, and pretty soon
it's turned into something that nobody even wants to come down to see anymore. There's nothing here to see. Everything's closed up. Hardly any businesses.
Kind of disheartening. to see all this happen. Inside the convention hall, of course, they had a convention center, which we had saw the concerts of our favorite groups back then.
The Beach Boys were big. We used to see them there. And the Four Seasons, another big group. And the city was so packed and jammed with a lot of people, a lot of hometown people.
Then they had a movie theater, an old movie theater called the Paramount Theater, which is still open today. It's survived through all this. Right now there's a jetty that's built across the front of Convention Hall, which never used to be there. But I guess over the period of years, the erosion and the undermining from underneath Convention Hall caused the city to build this up to keep it from the beach from completely washing away. On 4th of July, everybody went down to the boardwalk. We had a lot of fun. They had a tremendous display of fireworks for everybody, and it lasted usually a couple hours and ended with a big finale with fireworks blowing off all over the place, and everybody enjoyed it. The boardwalk would really be crowded that particular night. It was really great. There used to be a pool down on around 8th Avenue in Asbury Park called the Monte Carlo Pool. Of course, it's gone now. It's nothing but a vacant lot, and it's got one little seafood restaurant there. But it used to be one of the largest saltwater pools in the world. It took the whole block up. It had lockers, it had a bar in it, it had a tremendous pool with big fountains in the middle of it shooting up water. It had a diving pool with a high dive, and a tunnel that went under Ocean Avenue and let people go from the pool side over to the beach side and back and forth. Asbury's about a mile square, just about a mile square, they say. And a lot of things happen inside that square mile. A lot of good things. And it's hard to look back for anybody today to look at it and say how good it could ever have possibly been, because you cannot imagine how great it was.